I kept telling myself I was okay. I had the degree, the job, the life that was supposed to mean you made it. I remember this one moment laying in bed, fully awake but not moving. I was not sick, I was not in pain, I was just empty. My alarm had gone off. I had to start my day, get dressed, put my smile on. But I just stared at the ceiling thinking, fuck, is this it? That was the first time I realized I wasn't okay. Not broken, not falling apart, just stuck in a life that looked fine from the outside but quietly ate me alive. In this video I'm going to tell you the exact questions I had to ask myself to break free. You will find out if you're also quietly suffering and what to do about it. Let's go. I used to think suffering had to be loud. Tragedy, chaos, crisis. But that's not the kind of suffering most people live with. Most people live in something quieter, harder to name. It's the kind of pain that whispers instead of screams. I know, because I lived there too. From the outside, my life looked decent. Finished university, got a solid job in my field, room to grow. Everything I was supposed to want, I had it. And yet I felt hollow. Every day was a slow leak of energy, of purpose, of self. And it wasn't dramatic. That's what made it so dangerous. I wasn't crashing. I was slowly fading. My job started to drain me. Little things irritated me more than they should. I found myself snapping at people for no reason and then apologizing, but never asking why I was so angry to begin with. Now looking back, I wish I had asked myself this earlier. Do you feel tired even after rest? Do you constantly just get through the week? When was the last time you genuinely felt proud of who you are, not just what you've done? These aren't small questions. They're the ones that reveal what you've been avoiding. If your answers are hard to face, you might already be stuck. The most dangerous place to be in isn't in deep pain. It's in shallow, constant discomfort. It's waking up already tired every day. It's scrolling on your phone at midnight, dreading tomorrow but doing nothing to change it. It's waiting for the weekend to feel okay and not even feeling it then. It's not painful enough to force change, but it's painful enough to kill your spirit bit by bit. You wake up, do what you're supposed to do, tell yourself you're fine. But fine is just what we say when we've forgotten what alive feels like. And here's the trap. You stop asking for more, not because you're content, but because you've adapted to the numbness. You tell yourself, it's not that bad. Other people have it worse.
This is just how life is.
But that's not acceptance. That's quiet resignation. The world won't wake you up. It'll let you sleepwalk for decades if you let it. Things stayed that way, grey and bearable, until something shook me. My mom went through a deep personal struggle, and watching her suffer forced me to stop pretending. It wasn't her story that changed me, it was what it revealed in me. We don't change when we're uncomfortable. We change when staying the same becomes a betrayal. Maybe not even then. Most people don't change because they don't have to. We rationalize, we carry a bit more, we wait for things to get better. And worst of all, we normalize the pain. Why? Because we're terrified. Terrified of letting go of the version of ourselves we've built, even if that version is making us miserable. So let me ask you, what pain have you been numbing instead of listening to? What story are you still telling yourself about why you can't change? Who are you pretending to be just to keep things stable? If your chest tightens hearing these, that's not random. That's your real self knocking, and it won't go away until you answer it. You're not stuck because you're weak. You're stuck because you've made peace with a version of yourself that isn't real. I know I had. But in that moment, watching someone I love suffer, I saw what was ahead for me if I kept lying to myself. A life of regret, of sleepwalking, of never doing the thing I knew I was meant for, and I couldn't do it anymore. That night, I made a choice, radically change, and let that version of me that never really lived finally die. I quit the job that was killing me slowly. I left behind the safety of the life I've built and joined the army, not to escape, but to rebuild. That was simply my version of radical change. It scared me, but it also saved me. What replaced my old way wasn't polished or clear, but it was honest. And that honesty really made me feel alive again. As you can see, the pain didn't destroy me, it rescued me. Because pain, real pain, is a signal, a final alarm. It's the one part of you that refuses to lie. I listened to it and it told me exactly what I needed to do. That was my path. For you, it might be something different, but here's the truth. If there's something deep inside you calling out, even faintly, and you don't answer it, how much are you really worth to yourself? You don't have to join the army, but you do have to go through something that changes you. And you do have to say no to the version of you that's just surviving. Because if you don't answer that call now, when will you? Maybe you're realizing you're stuck. Maybe this hit something in you. So let me give you what I wish I had back then. It's not necessarily advice, and it's definitely not answers, but 4 shifts that can help you move forward. Stop gaslighting yourself. The first step is to stop pretending you're fine. You don't need a breakdown to justify change. If you feel off, listen. Find your real pain and listen to it. Journal, walk, sit in silence. Let the discomfort speak before you silence it with your phone, your work, your to-do list. The pain isn't the enemy, it's the message. Take one honest step. Like stopping communication with someone who always drains you, even if they're not that bad. Recording a voice memo to yourself, admitting what you're afraid of and not deleting it. Sign up for one class, course, or session related to something that excites you. Saying no to one thing you usually say yes to out of obligation. Find your version of the army. The thing that scares you, that calls you, the part of you you've been avoiding. It wasn't just that I left my old life behind. It's what I found on the other side. For the first time, I wasn't trapped in my head all day. I wasn't overthinking emails or pretending to smile. I was using my body, moving, training, facing things. I felt present. The discipline gave me structure, and the structure gave me mental freedom. And I wasn't alone. I had a team. I belonged to something. I wasn't just a name on a screen. I was part of a unit. And the crazy thing, it was hard, really hard. But I didn't want to take a vacation. Because for the first time in my life, I didn't want to escape. For me, that was it. For you, it might be something entirely different. But I think deep down, you already know what it is. You've just been too afraid to say it out loud. Because the exit you're hoping for might actually be the entrance you've been waiting for. That's why, let's go.